Hello and welcome to Starting Out Sober. My name is Matthew James Sullivan. I am your host. Today I am 182 days sober, which means I am just a few days away from my 6 month mark. So I was thinking about 6 months, and I'll go deep into the 6 months and kind of a recap of that the 6 months on next Tuesday's episode. But today I want to talk about goals. So we've talked about hobbies, routines, and all sorts of stuff, and getting a new routine with sobriety. But I haven't really thought about goals as much as I'd like. And I was thinking about goals today, like things I want to do. And I've already started some goals without even really just having a goal. You know, obviously you guys know I love lemonade, and I've been drinking a lot of lemonade. But I was drinking a lot of those Minute Maid uh, lemonades, the pink lemonades, and those have a lot of sugar in them. So I have replaced that with having one Minute Maid lemonade a day and doing Crystal Light Zero Sugar lemonade instead. As my other drink for the day, aside from water and coffee. And that's a goal that I want to do. That's a goal that I want to do now is get my sugar intake down because I'm working out every day. I'm doing my thing, but my belly really isn't going away as much as I'd like. So I think like a better diet and less sugar would do wonders for that. And obviously, maybe a little more cardio in my life because I'm focusing on lifting a lot. I mean, I do my walks with the dog, many miles a day, but I got to get more cardio in. I got to get less sugar, and I got to, you know, get my diet in check a little bit. Like tonight, my wife and I had chicken Caesar wraps, great meal. Absolutely delicious. She was a great cook, and she did a great job with the chicken and the wraps and everything. But that's one thing I want to get going on. The other goal is something that I've had all year was to watch 250 movies, and I am already at 237 movies. So that's kind of a crazy goal. This has nothing to do with sobriety, but actually it kind of does because I was a I watch a lot more movies now that I'm not like focusing on drinking and I'm actually focusing on the movies and I'm enjoying it so much that I even started a podcast called Now Watching where I do kind of spoiler free thoughts on movies. You can check that out if you listen to this. It's on TikTok as well, Now Watching. But yeah, I want to get to that 250 mark. I'm seeing a movie this weekend. I'm seeing a movie on next Wednesday. I'm seeing this weekend. I've already seen it, but my wife wants to see the holdovers. But I'm gonna go see that with her, and then on Tuesday we're gonna go see Saltburn. And I've actually already bought tickets to The Boy and the Heron, the new Miyazaki film that's coming out December 8th. I'm very very excited for that. That's my most look forward to movie of the year for the rest of the year. But yeah, I get to see Napoleon. I want to see Thanksgiving, that new crazy slasher film that's kind of like a joke that takes place where I live in Plymouth, Massachusetts. But yeah, I want to see that. And then I kind of going back to working out. I really need to up my cardio. I mentioned that earlier, but that's my main goal is to actually get a cardio workout in multiple times a week. Even if it's like on the bike. We have a stationary bike at our house, but I don't use it. I want to start using that more. I want to get that thing set up and going. I have an office downstairs with a weight bench and everything. I want to put that in there and start biking, especially this winter, when it's my walks are probably going to get shorter and everything. But yeah, and obviously the main goal is to stay sober. And now that I'm close to 6 months, I want to make it another 6 months, to get to that year mark. And then after that year mark, I want to make it 2 years, then 3 years, then 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So there's always a goal in sight. And that goal is always staying sober and getting to the next benchmark because I really look forward to them. I feel actual pride in achieving these month markers. I really do. And I don't see an issue with pride in that regard. I think it's a good thing. It's because you just know you're taking care of yourself and you're staying sober. And that's kind of all I want to touch on today. So if you like the podcast, You can always give me some stars or whatever. Follow me along on any of the podcast apps. You can find me on Instagram at Starting Out Sober Pod. You can find me on TikTok at Starting Out Sober. And yeah, if you want to listen to my other podcasts, like I mentioned before, you can listen to Now Watching, the movie podcast, where I talked about like the Marvels this week and such that came out. And then I have Silly Breakfast with my friends. And actually, I'm about to record a solo pod of Silly Breakfast. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be my first time doing it solo because they both have other engagements and it's going to be fun. So if you want to hear me talk sports and all sports, I'm going to be talking NBA, college basketball, college football, NFL, everything. So if you want to listen to that, check out Silly Breakfast. All right. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.